I've met the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I've never seen her before.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. Great to speak to you again. We are almost at the end now. We're on episode 7 of 10, and we are getting to the finish line. So where do you want to start today?
Well, I think we probably should start with Jessica, Dave, and good old Marky Mark. What did you think of the morning from the night before, shall we call it?
Well, it was interesting to see Jessica apologise for a start, because I think we've seen her. It's not the first time we've seen her be a bit hammered, is it? So, but this time she did recognise at least that she'd overstepped the line. But I mean, I do have to take issue though with Mark. He said if you did that when you were sober, then I'd walk out. And to that, Mark, I say bullshit. There is nothing. She can walk all over you and you won't do anything about it. So I think my sympathy is dwindling a little bit with him. Again, I feel bad for sort of saying that, because sometimes when you're in the eye of the storm, it's not that easy to see what's really going on. But she is so not into him at all. But I guess we did see her be a little bit more remorseful in this episode, didn't we? And she was trying to be charming when the families met, because that was the whole theme of this episode, wasn't it? To meet all the families and get to see if you pass their judgment, kind of thing. And she had a little bit of a rough ride. I mean, what did you make of Mark's parents there and how they went with the couple?
Dave, look, they talk about women's intuition, don't they? And, it is actually a thing. It genuinely is. Women's intuition is actually a thing, like, especially when you're carrying a baby now. Women are really, really susceptible and really aware of what's going on, Dave. We know that. Sam can detect my bullshit me at 100 yards, Dave. Let's not fucking lie about that. However,
that's because your lips are moving.
Pretty much all the time, yeah. It's the fact that she can hold her eyes without rolling them back into her head every time I speak. But anyway, they were not liking anything that fucking Jessica was fucking peddling to, any of the bullshit going on. They were just like, right, yeah, okay. And obviously, there's something going on there with his old man, isn't there, Dave?
You know what? His old man is he's the Don, isn't he? So I think Jessica
you can't refuse.
Jessica best be on her best behaviour, because she could end up with a horse's head in her bed.
Saying that loud, David, it'd probably still have more personality than Mark. Anyway.
Oh, it was interesting. I thought the mother, straight away, I thought she was going to give Jessica a bit of a harder time than she actually did. She said something very early on before everyone had sat down, I'm the queen of this house, or something like that, making sure everyone knows she's the matriarch. The dad was quite commanding, wasn't he? Sat there with his miserable face at the end of the table, but she was the one doing all the talking, and you could see she wasn't that impressed. But by the end of the conversation, she was. I thought she'd softened to Jessica. I mean, what did you make of it?
Yeah, I think she did. I tell you what, I got a feeling of, Dave. It felt as if they'd been here before, as if like she was another contender. There was a thing in Fields and Horses years ago where Del Boy just put a ring on every single girl he went with, and it feels as if Mark has sort of pulled this fucking manoeuvre. I know it's a reality show and these cameras are obviously, but it just felt like they'd been here again, like, oh, here we go again. I don't know. It just seemed as if his old man was not fucking interested one bit. And he was just, he either he sussed Jessica out for the fucking blagger that she is, and so right through what I believe she is, I just believe she's just in this for the TV show. I just don't believe anything. I think there's no chemistry between them. She's not sexually attracted to him, and at that point, you should just jump off. But because she's going through with the whole charade of trying to be here for the 10 episodes, she's got to go through like living together and all that shit. I don't think they're having any action, Dave, at all. I've not heard any comments about that anyway.
No, they fuck. I mean, again, just I can't forget, the whole throwing herself at Barnett thing and going on about, oh, I step out on the landing naked and stuff. No, you fucking don't, because that would require you to be naked in the flat, and there's fucking no way that's happening. So, yeah, I think the thing is, Chris, I mean, with Jordan and I know with my kids that their personalities, once they get to, upwards of 4 or 6 or something like that, the personalities are quite well formed. So you can tell whether someone's got, is quite soft and empathic, or, they're a bit boisterous and whatever. I've got a feeling growing up, Mark was a bit, he sort, what's the old song? I fall in love just a little bit every day. That one. I reckon that's Mark. I think you might be right. I think they might have been here before, but I mean, I don't think Jessica. She didn't disgrace herself. She didn't get hammered and start telling everyone like it was, which I'd have personally found very entertaining. But when she was saying like, "Oh, my 20s were fantastic," I was like, tell us more about that. What exactly do you mean about that? And she was saying, yeah, exactly. So, she was saying, I don't want Mark to miss out on that. But, again, we made our predictions on episode 5, didn't we? And I think we both said this couple is never going to work. And, I think I was 100% then, but I'm absolutely rock solid. I'm surprised they made it to episode 7. Assuming they get married at the end. So yeah,
Dave,
I
can see Miss Piggy carrying fucking Kermit the Frog climbing over my fucking house now. That's how confident I am that these two fuckers are not getting married. Anyway, now one of the other couples, which I found was utterly disrespectful, but it soon got nipped in the bud and they were happy again, was Giannina's comment to fucking Damien about that I'll be honest, she's like, I throw myself at you. I'm jumping on you. I'm thinking, what the fuck is the matter with you, son? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then she's done, you've always said to me, it's the best sex you've ever had. And I'm like, but I've never said that. And I'm like, wow. Wow. But then within like 2 minutes, he was like, do you feel better now? And then we've talked in the pods. And then he grabbed her and threw her on the bed. I was like, this is some weird foreplay shit going on here.
That is good. I still say, she's going to be too much for him because, when she was trying to talk and she was the one who initiated the apology. Again, it's kind of a bit of a cultural trait, Chris. We can't ignore it. The way they communicate, the Latino girls, they're just a bit more fiery, and you can tell he's not really used to that. So he's sort of steaming, he's sort of on his phone, ignoring her and stuff. But Christ, I mean, the way she just cast a fishnet out there, or fish hook, and was like, how you said it was the best sex? He's like, yeah, right, I'm going to reel you in. Notice how I didn't return the compliment? Oh, get you right in the midriff there.
Put it this way, Dave. And I said about reverse psychology a couple of episodes ago, and it worked. I'm telling you now, he would have shown her the best 30 seconds of her life, Dave. I'm telling you after that. I am telling you. That's me going 3 times, but I'm telling you, Dave, honestly, unbelievable.
You can't help but think of you mentioned Friends the other day. You can't help but think of, what was it, Ross and Rachel, when she's on about, with Paolo, it was just, raw animal sex.
Yeah. You set him a challenge, Dave. Is he up to it? I don't know. We might have fucking lockjaw at the end of it. You never know.
But you're saying about Damien with the reverse psychology. I'm not sure Giannina wasn't trying a bit there, was she?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But isn't it interesting that they resolved it by talking to each other from the different rooms as if they were in the pods again. And I thought that was really interesting. And so, again, it's episode 7. I didn't really give this couple that much of a chance. I thought they were too different. But because they resolved that, I'm wavering a bit now on my prediction that they won't get married. But I tell you what, I thought it was disrespectful though of Damien's parents not to be asked and cancel, meeting up with Giannina and that. And he was, I don't think he handled that very well, to be honest. I think he was sort of making excuses for his parents, whereas I just thought that was disrespectful. He's your kid, for Christ's sake. You don't have to necessarily like his choices, but he's your kid.
Exactly, you're right, and I think, and then Giannina, which I did feel sorry for. I agree with you. I'm more warming to her than I am to Damien. I think Damien's just boring fuck. I'm sticking to that mantra with him, but I think as a couple, it looks like it's working more from she's trying more, which I thought would be the other way around because of her age and that. But also, I mean, saying that he's only a couple of years older than her, he looks about 35, doesn't he? He's only 27 allegedly, so I get that. However, what I found was really disrespectful was the fact that she said, well, I didn't, I'm a mum and dad, that it's difficult enough as it is. And the mum saying to you, don't we bring you back one of them reality whores or something? I thought that was utterly disgusting, to be honest. What I mean? I really did. And I felt for the girl, to be honest. But however, just to get Damien back, she then set up a family like it was fucking Simon Cowell on X Factor with a 3-panel fucking firing squad up against him. Then we had, I presume, her mum and dad aren't together, and that was a stepdad, because I think his stepdad was to the right, because he didn't look like Giannina. And he's got his arms crossed, he's looking to the left, he's not even looking him in the eye, and it was just, and I think what's a shock for these people is when they've probably all gone on it, and it was more apparent, we'll get onto them, is Amber and Barnett, is the families obviously see this as a disrespect, that you bring in fucking cameras into your life and stuff, because they're not, it's an alien generation, isn't it? So our all right, we might be 40 odd, but we would understand something like this for the TV and stuff, because that's the way reality shows have gone. And I felt that the more the show went on, especially with her family and Barnett's family, it looked so uncomfortable, everyone being in front of the camera.
It really was, wasn't it? And I guess, so here's the difference. Like, we've cut our teeth with this reality stuff with Love Island, obviously, as the name of the podcast suggests. But this goes on. In the UK one, it's like 6 weeks, isn't it? And then it becomes part of the public zeitgeist. So the parents can't ignore it. They might not watch it. Christ, if my daughters were on there, I'm not sure I'd be able to watch it, to be honest. But they can't escape it. Whereas the way it's filmed for Netflix and all drops in one go, they don't even know what this particular show is. And you mentioned Amber and Barnett, so let's get on to those. I mean, I thought it was odd. I mean, basically what Barnett seemed to be suggesting was that Amber lives in a shithole, so he shouldn't have been worried about taking her to his place, which I thought was an odd thing to say. But, they seem very surprised that she's turned up engaged. Whereas, like, well, that's kind of the show you turned up for. So did she just not tell them, or what?
It was strange, wasn't it? Because her mum was like proper giving him shit, wasn't she? She had like a baby in her hand. Obviously, it must be like one of the granddaughters or something. But she was like,
so.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think of that. But she was like, she's a great girl. She was getting really upset. So there's an investment there from her mum. I think she just wants her to be happy. She's obviously seen the girl go through various things. And I've said to you before, I'm not a fan of her as such, but I can see there's some genuine comments there from her mum. However, flip it to Barnett's family, and his mum and dad didn't say anything. I mean, when she's dropping in there, you've just met her and she's going, oh yeah, he thinks it's really funny. He's sitting on me and farting on me. And I'm like, what the fuck? You just do not bring that sort of stuff up. That's like 6 months to a year down the line when you've been at every family gathering and you're part of the fucking furniture, not on your first meeting. She just looked completely like a cock. It looked like she was just talking verbal diarrhea, and I know I can talk verbal diarrhea with the best of them, but it was just like she just kept talking and talking, so there was no awkward silences, Dave. It just felt ridiculous.
It was. I mean, she's got no off button, has she? You could tell. The dad especially, where she was obviously nervous, and the dad was like, look, it's all right, just chill out, and trying to put her at ease. And I thought, oh, that's nice. But then when she's just going on and on and on, you could see both the mum and dad are really uncomfortable. And, their internal monologue is like, will you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
she just wouldn't shut up at all. And I said early on in the series, I said Mark's got the old coke eyes. I mean, the way she was behaving there was pretty manic, wasn't it? I'm not sure she hasn't been, to the bathroom beforehand to give herself a bit of courage in that meeting.
Fucking hell, Dave. I wonder what you're going to say then. She got to the bathroom to give herself what? She needed that relief.
Having a couple of lines, off the...
I didn't mean that, Dave.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
You were leaving herself other ways. I don't know what you meant. But no, what I found interesting, like I said about Mark and Jessica, was their family, with Mark's family, was not Mark's family, she's Jeanina's family, was also... It looked when they showed Barnett, so he's got two older brothers, but the one who's obviously the oldest, he looks in his 40s. Barnett's obviously 27, 26. He looked like a fucking statue. Like the camera went on him. When you get them things from years ago and they put the camera on someone, they just freeze. And his brother's like, take the camera off me, and then his other brother comes along and drags him along. But that's what I felt more with Barnett's family, that the whole family found that as totally disrespectful. It was a set up family gather that nobody really, and obviously what America's like, American families and stuff, Dave. It's very rare that you get families that still all live in the same state and everything into it. So they've probably got them to fly in from all different parts of America because everybody works in different areas of the country, don't they? So it just felt too forced for me. And when Amber was there, honestly, Dave, I hated her even more watching this. I was like, and I don't like him anyway. I know I'm not just being trying to be sexist or anything. I just don't like Barnett either. I just don't find anything about him sincere. And I know these worst people on the show, they just really pissed me off. And I was like, oh dear, I'm so glad I've said I don't like you all along because you're just being a dick now.
Well, I might have to concede a little point with you there because, right, so a friend of mine said that Barnett is just really arrogant and, makes no effort at all. Like everything just comes to him. And that got me thinking, and I thought, actually, I can't think of him making an effort at all. I mean, I think the thing that impressed me was the fact that Jessica was throwing herself at him and he wasn't reacting to it at all. But I guess if I look from a slightly different perspective, then that could have just been him being arrogant, just like, nah, I'm not asked. So I don't know. I don't think they're the worst couple on there. But I don't think either of them came off particularly well. I do think, his little brother, his elder brother, but shorter brother, Danny there.
Yeah.
I was like, you're the same mum and dad, are you? Really?
Yeah. Nothing like it.
But he wasn't happy, was he? And
no.
He was he is not in a happy marriage himself, is he?
No, when he said
that was the subtext.
That was it, wasn't it? I'm married to this bitch. What are you fucking doing? You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, mate, it is a fucking nightmare. It is a hell that you can never walk back from.
He's one of them guys who'll be married for 50 years, but every day sees his pals. I fucking hate her. You know what I mean? You can just see it, can't you? But Dave, I've got to say, right, moving slightly on, the best moment of this whole series ever in anything I've ever seen, and I'm going to let you explain to everybody what we're talking about, Dave.
I know what it is.
Go on, Dan. I'm not going to steal your thunder because you want to bring this up, and I'm going in on this fucker. But go on, Dave. Tell everyone.
One of my favourite phrases that I like to roll out occasionally is buttock clenchingly embarrassing. But that is taken to the next level. That is dialed up to 11 in this episode. Cameron's fucking white guy rapping in the kitchen. Oh my God.
What made it worse was Lauren's mum went, go on then. Go on. He goes, I used to be in a hip hop fucking troupe and all this shit. And she's like, go on then, show us a bit. And he didn't hesitate. He didn't go, he's like a David Brent. He didn't go, No. Like if someone said to me, you know what it's like. If someone said to me, you should be a singer. I've had loads of people, and I'm like, I'm shit singer. Don't, please, no. I'm only going to know I ain't a good singer. I am not going to start belting out fucking tunes in front of you at all. I'd either got to be wasted or you're fucking paying me to hear this shit. You know what I mean? But I'm certainly not doing it in a fucking kitchen. Someone Dad had said to me years ago, "Go on, Chris, sing us a song." I'd be like, fuck off. But this fucker went full on fucking the pound shop Eminem with his fucking, and then he's doing but then made it worse.
It's more fucking Vanilla Ice.
Oh my God, yeah, fucking Milli Vanilli. I don't know, but was Lauren starts fucking vibing to it and doing all of
my
fucking,
God. That was
the
almost
dancing.
as bad.
Oh, I was like, Lauren, please, he's fucking shit. He should never. And what I never understand with some of the raps, like Eminem is unbelievable rapper, right? No two ways about it. And you've got some other absolute amazing rappers out there, Dave, absolute class, right? But Eminem, they always regard as like the one for dropping lines, just going and going and going. But he's like, he wasn't in time with the fucking beat of what he was trying to do. And I always find that, I'm going off one, but I always find that with UK rappers, when they rap, it never goes with the fucking, because their accent always sounds shit, even though we're from the UK, and it never goes with the music. They always seem like they're off a beat, and I'm always thinking, but that sounds fucking shit, and that's how he was. I was like, you're well off here, son. I know he's not got a producer, he's in a studio, but I was like, this is fucking rubbish. But also, it was fucking brilliant.
It was really, like you say, it's that episode out of The Office, isn't it? Go get the guitar.
Nothing beats that.
You know the line that I love. It's one that you and I did back in the day. The Arctic Monkeys, "Fake Tales of San Francisco." There's a line in there that says, "Proof that love's not only blind but deaf."
Yeah.
And that scene absolutely encompassed that 100%.
Oh,
it was
amazing.
Terrible, but I've got to tell you, Chris, one of my favorite movies is Pulp Fiction. Absolutely love Samuel L. Jackson. Absolute legend for me. And I think we're going to see it more in the next episode, because right at the end, you can tell Lauren's mum and dad are separated. Or well, at least he wasn't in the same house when they met, so I'm assuming they're separated. He does not look happy. And he's got a look at him of Jules from Pulp Fiction. And so I'm just waiting for him to say, go get my wallet. It's the one that says "bad motherfucker." I've got a feeling he's going to get a fucking hard time from him. So I cannot wait for episode 8, to be honest.
No, I swear to God, his dad looks like he'll rip his fucking dick off.
I think so as well.
Yeah, I honestly do. That he genuinely looks like he's going to fucking do him. I really, really think he's going to go for him, because they've built it up, haven't they? He obviously goes, and even the mum is saying it's obviously someone she's been married with, or obviously she's been with him or something. She's like, yeah, you'll be all right. Well, yeah. It's just like when his ex-wife is saying that, or his ex-partner, you are fucked, mate. You're completely fucked. And the way he lined it up.
Sorry, I've got to go across it. Right. I would pay good money. My dream, Chris, would be if it's going badly, and then Lauren's like, just give him a little rap, He just bursts into a rap.
Just drop some bars for him. Cameron, you dick. What a dickhead. That would be amazing, actually, Dave, wouldn't it? I've actually wrote you a song, Mr. Lawrence Dad. Yeah. Fucking what a cock. Maybe better not. I can't wait.
Man. This is gonna be, my cheeks are clenched, Chris. Just thinking about this scene with them two. So
I'm gonna have to watch this after today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dave,
I've got a feeling it's gonna be gold.
Dave, but if he says, so Lauren, just get me guitar, and then we've reached the peak of anything. It's the best ever.
All going to be downhill from there. So I can't wait. As soon as we finish recording, I'm going to have to watch the next one.
Dave, you have fucking absolutely done me there. That is amazing now. That's got me thinking he's going to drop a rap to him.
I would love it.
Fucking amazing. And also, Dave, a slight the vanilla couple of this whole season for me now, we were like, obviously we've got 5 couples. He's Kenny and Kelly, and the whole family's mum and dads are all together. They've been together for years. I just can't see any other outcome than these two getting married. They've got everything is aligning. And I think Giannina and Damon, it's shown a little bit that there's something there, which has turned me around. Remember with Giannina, Amber and Barnett, I think Amber's going to make sure, because she even mentioned his family, I made sure he got that ring on his finger and all this shit. You know, that's
Yeah.
what I thought was uncomfortable. But I just think Kenny and Kelly might be the ones who win the series, because I can't see anything. The whole family are behind them, aren't they? It's there. And
Yeah.
I can't, it looks like their whole life is mapped out. 2.4 children. I mean, what the fucking her mum went, you look like Ken, a Ken doll. I thought, no, he fucking doesn't. It must have been a fucking cheap imitation. He's certainly not a Barbie Ken doll anyway. Fucking nothing like him.
Yeah, I thought they, it's crap TV, wasn't it? But, I thought the families got on and stuff. And apparently they had the love of the same book when they grew up or something. It was all, yeah. I just can't care about them. But yeah, they look sort of happy enough, don't they? Apart from, like I say, I did think it was weird yesterday when she didn't even turn up in the flat, kind of thing. When she was off in some conference. So I thought that's a bit weird. But apart from that, they look pretty solid.
Yeah, they only do. And again, great episode, Dave. I'm definitely going off to watch episode 8 after this, 100%. So, guys, if you want to get in contact with the show, at Love Island Cast on Twitter, the loveislandcast@gmail.com. And as always, drop us a review, please, on your podcast catching app, and just drop myself or Dave a line just to tell us, and we'll get it read out on the show. So, Dave, fantastic episode. And thank you again, my friend. And I can't fucking wait to go and see if he raps. It's going to be amazing. So, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye now.